EA has completely revamped pass protection for College Football 26, and in this video I'm going to break down all the secrets you need to know to get perfect pass protection and never get sacked again. So there's a lot we're going to uncover in this video. The first thing I want to go over is the best way to use all these new protection features that EA added into the game, because I've noticed a lot of people are using them completely wrong, which is leading to you getting sacked. Now, once we do that, I'm going to go over specific protection adjustments, slide protections, etc. you can use to block blitzes. And then I'm going to go over how different plays have built-in protection schemes, how different plays will block a little bit different, and the best times to utilize each one so you really know what you're doing as far as making sure you're never going to get sacked again after watching this video. So the first thing I want to go over is actually how to use these mechanics. A lot of people are doing it the wrong way, and they're getting delay of games and false starts because of it. Now, most people are used to hitting L1 or LB to bring up a pass protection menu. You don't actually have to do that this year if you want to slide protect. So, let's say you just want to do a half slide to the right. Well, all you have to do is hit the right analog stick to the right one time to half slide to the right. If you wanted to do a full slide, you would simply hit it again, and that'd be a full slide to the right. Now, if you wanted to half slide or full slide to the left, it would basically be the same thing, just hitting the right analog stick to the left instead of the right. So if you wanted a half slide to the left, flick the right analog stick to the left once. A full slide would be twice. Now, you do still need to bring up the pass protection menu if you want to use base or empty protection or do other things like ID the mic, etc. But one of the greatest new features that was added into the game is actually the untarget defender. Because, a lot of people are running this mid blitz right now, and if you don't know what you're doing, this blitz will still come in on you even with a blocked running back. It will still get pretty good pressure like that. But with the untarget defender feature, we can completely avoid this. So all you need to do is untarget the defender by flicking the right analog stick up. Again, this activates the untarget defender menu. You don't actually have to hit L1 or LB to bring a pass protection menu. Just flick the right analog stick up. Then you can scroll and basically put the flame over the user's head, hit select. Now, once you do this, we're no longer going to account for this user. And now, as you guys can see, we have much more time to make a read. So here's one of my absolute favorite protection tips that everybody is missing. Literally nobody has talked about this. There's actually designed rollout plays with different protections built into this game. Now, this is an example of one right here, and I'll show you the play. It's out of the Oregon State offensive playbook. It's the gun Y off trio close. The play is dash flood. And it's a designed rollout because if you look at the quarterback, he has a yellow arrow pointing to the right. When you see something like that, that means it's a designed rollout. Now, this one has a protection built in. It's a slide the other way. I don't like that. The tight end is blocking, so I guess it's okay. But the big thing about these is they're actually very effective at getting outside the blitzes because the quarterback, when you snap the ball, he's basically already moving himself. Now, yes, do I still need to sprint myself to completely roll out? Yeah. But it's almost like they're giving you a boost to roll out. Now, I've seen these types of plays in a few different playbooks and formations. They're not super common. But if you look closely, you'll find a fair amount of them, and they're actually kind of glitchy in, beating the blitz. Now, it's not something you're going to use all the time, but if you have a mobile quarterback, these are definitely worth taking advantage of. Go into your playbook and look for a designed rollout like this because, like I said, it basically gives the quarterback a boost at the snap. Outside the pocket, he's already moving. With most pass plays, there's a drop back built in. These don't have that. It's an auto sprint to the outside the pocket, and they're actually really, really nice. Now, the second mistake I see a ton of players make is they do their adjustments in the wrong order. There's a very specific order you want to do things, and if you played online, I'm sure you've experienced where your pass protection menu has locked up, your adjustments haven't been working, you've probably ended up getting a lot of delay of game penalties, and this is because, real quick guys, if you want to dominate College Football 26 and win more games, sign up for my VIP membership on Sportsgamerz.com. You'll get access to all my premium content for the entire year, including all my offensive and defensive ebooks, weekly tip updates, and more. I'm running a limited time sale on my yearly membership where you get 7 months for free and 6 bonus ebooks. Over 99% of our members say that they win more games with our tips. Click the link in the description of this video and start winning more games now. You're doing what a lot of people do, and that's making all of your hot routes first, right? A lot of people want to come out here and set all their hot routes up and then do their pass protection. This is actually backwards. If you do it this way, this is what's causing you to get your adjustments locked up. You need to actually set your pass protection first. So when I break the huddle, the first thing I do is I slide protect if I need to, block the running back if I need to, untarget a defender if I need to, right? These things must be done before any hot routes. Now, once I've set my protection up, this is when I can feel free to make whatever hot routes I want. Doing it this way is going to ensure that you actually get your adjustments off and that you can have a successful play without having these issues, okay? So now that you know the proper way to do this stuff, let me actually talk about how these different protections work. You see, so many different plays in this game have different protections built in that 99% of players aren't aware of, and this is why you're getting sacked. So let's start with plays that have everybody going out on a route, including the running back, like this one. Now, most of these plays, if you pull up your play art, you'll see that the O-line blocking, it's a bit different than other plays. You'll see that the O-line assignments are dotted lines. This is actually called empty protection. And with an empty protection, even if you block the running back, you're still going to potentially have free rushers coming off the edge because it's an empty protection. Now, I want to come out in a play that does not have empty protection, and you'll see the difference. So let's come out in flood, right? Flood has the running back blocked. And if we pull up our play art, you'll see that these O-line assignments are not dotted lines, they're solid lines. This is what's known as the base protection. So you guys can see if our pass protection menu, we do have empty and base. These two options, you actually do have to press L1 or LB to pull up the menu for, but empty, that's essentially even with the running back blocked, gonna have an edge guy coming hot, right? So I really hate empty because this one just sucks. Like, that guy is coming free and the running back gets him sometimes, but there's no need for that. Base, that will never happen. Base is so much better because it's not going to just let that edge guy come free. He's going to get blocked. And now, that's a lot better because there's not an edge rusher just coming free in my face. So certain plays just have better blocking by default than others. And there's more examples of this I'll show you right now. So certain plays actually even have slide protection built in them, like half slides or full slides. Now, this is not quite as drastic as you saw with like the empty protection. But like a play like this, a lot of times you'll see plays have a half slide built in too. And I'm not a fan of this either because if we're running a half slide to the right and I don't want to, I think, my running back's on a delayed route. We should be good, right? But in actuality, that guy's going to come free off the edge. And you can see with the flame, it's literally telling me this, but a lot of players don't even understand what all this means. So they just come to the line and they don't even notice that there's a half slide built in. They snap the ball, and now there's guys coming free all over the place, and that turned into an A-gap because of that half slide. So how can we avoid this? Well, the biggest thing you need to do is when you come to the line, look at your protection. Pull up your play art and see what the O-line assignments are. Now that you know the difference, you should be able to easily pick up on this. And there's one very, very simple fix to all this that is going to block 99% of the blitzes you see online. Whether it's, these double mugs or whatever the case may be, if you simply block your running back, then do a base protection. Base protection is the best in the game by far. To do that, you hit L1 or LB and down on the left stick. With a blocked running back and base protection, this will pick up, I would say, 90+% of blitzes in the game. The exceptions would be blitzes like mid-blitz, where the user is coming up in the box on a safety or something like that. When they do that, the last thing you need to do is untarget the defender, put it on the user as I showed you earlier. Once you do this, this is the best protection scheme in the game. And you'll see if you look at my O-line, you see that they have the solid lines. That means you have your base protection, which is what you're looking for. and this is going to give you the most consistent blocking there's going to be. And I'll show you a few more examples. It's not just mid-blitz. We can literally come out in random defenses, random stunts, random plays, which I'll do here, and you're going to see that if I use the same protection I just did, so we're going to literally just call random play, right? It could be any sort of blitz, any sort of play, doesn't matter. And I'm going to just come out in a play like flood, which already has this protection built in. You guys can see it has in the base protection. I'm just going to find the user and untarget him to make sure they're not setting up a stupid blitz where they're going to confuse my line. And you'll see that regardless of this is a base rush, a blitz, a stunt, it really doesn't matter. Okay, we're going to make sure that we get enough time. As you guys can see, that was actually a edge blitz. Plenty of time. It doesn't matter if it's edge, A-gap. All these blitzes are easily getting picked up, and don't really pay attention to the passes. Just showing you that none of this stuff is getting home. So if you guys struggle with protection, this video should greatly help you out. Smash that like button if it did. Until next time, it's your boy Duke, and I'm out of here.